Alright people, what's up? We are back with another episode of Radar Live. I hope this shit is getting picked up on the mic because we're trying some different shit right now. So this episode of Radar Live is going to be sponsored by Manscaped. I get them balls, baby. I do want to shout out Manscaped for coming through with it. Everybody likes a little trim, alright? You know what I mean? You get a line in, you get your hair done, girls will be out there with your edges laid, you have your like toothbrush swizzling down. But when you disrobe, I like to see a little trimmage. So if you haven't checked out Manscaped, all the fellas out there, go check out Manscaped, baby. Gotta clean it up, all right? So back to our regularly scheduled program. Now today we got the juice. This episode is gonna be about the queen bee mother, the hive, the honeypot, and the comb. You guessed it, queen bee. If you feel some kind of way, tough titty bitch, too bad. So, we're gonna jump right into it. Now, I'm gonna get to the reason that we're having the video in a minute, but just let me get to the build up. So, we have the queen, Miss Beyonce Giselle Knowles. I'll give you a little bit of a rundown, a little bit of a backstory, a little history. So, Beyonce, also known as B, also known as Queen Bee, also known as Mother, also known as Miss Giselle, also known as Mrs. Carter, also known as Mrs. Got That Bag. Beyonce was actually christened Beyonce Giselle Knowles. Beyonce's name, her first name, is actually a rendition of her family's maiden name on her mom's side. Beyonce was born on November 4th, 81. There is some speculation about that. But Beyonce was born September 4th, 1981. Hence the reason she is really gaga for the number 4. She's got the 4 tattoo and the numbers of major significance in her life. Beyonce was born to Matthew, and that's Matthew with 1 T. A lot of y'all spell his name wrong. But it's Matthew Knowles and Celestine Beyonce. Obviously, Celestine is Tina. Miss Tina, corny joke time. And they were living in Houston, Texas, and that's where Beyonce was born. Beyonce went to a few different schools growing up. She went to a performing arts school as well as Aleph Elementary School. After that, she did the whole shebang with Girls Time, which is where she started. A lot of people don't know that Beyonce was not the lead singer of Girls Time either. So, for those people that say like, oh, she always wanted to be at the front, she thought she was out. Beyonce actually was not always at the front. It was actually the leader of Girls Time was another girl named Ashley, who ironically happened to be in some Tyler Perry plays. So go look her up, and amazing voice too, amazing singer. That Girls Time was a lick, obviously. The Chris Cross outfits and shit on. I'm pretty sure you've seen the video footage of him doing the Girls Time performance at Star Trek. We're 3 3/4 stars.
Girls Time.
If you've seen any Beyonce concerts, you know that footage. Recycle Girls Time. Beyonce started to really pursue music. What a lot of people don't know is that she was not a very extroverted child. But what happened was Matthew, who really saw something in her, was very Joe Jackson about the situation. And it's funny because people dog Matthew, but if he hadn't pushed her, Beyonce, there's a meme that used to go around of a Kim Kardashian and Kanye West and a Beyonce and Jay-Z if they weren't famous. That would have been Beyonce. I'm just saying. She'd have still been with Lindale, or whatever the fuck his name was. So you gotta give credit where credit is due. And then Tina was the sound unit, was right there like, hey bitch, I don't know what the fuck, but y'all better figure it out. They also were blessed with another child, which was Solange. So it was just them two growing up. It's just really funny now that they're both in the spotlight, how the musical sides of them are completely opposite of who they really are in real life. Like, Solange makes a real kind of ethereal, soulful, smoke a blunt vibe type music. And in real life, I think she's like that, but she grew into that person because she's definitely like the hood. You know what I mean? And then Beyonce makes very like aggressive, in your face, like, bitch, you see it, bitch, Miss Mama. In real life, she's really a lot more reserved than that, naturally. I think people sometimes take that reservedness for like, she thinks she the shit, she thinks she a bitch, she a diva. It's like, no, naturally I'm just chill, like, I just feel some chill shit. So, obviously, Beyonce decided to keep going with her shit, and that's how Destiny's Child came into play. Thank you, Matthew Knowles. And also, I'm gonna shout out Andrea Tillman. A lot of people don't know who Andrea is, but when they first started, they would shout her out a lot. And then obviously the bigger they got, you know. But I do want to shout out Andrea Tillman and that family, because Andrea Tillman is the person, she was one of the people behind Girls Time, right? And then once Destiny's Child started, where they kind of evolved into that first Destiny's Child, that was Andrea as well. She helped start the Destiny's Child franchise, or at the beginning phases. Then Matthew kind of won a little bit more. Andrea, God rest her soul, got cancer, and on her deathbed, it was like a lot of, because Matthew kind of finagled some extra manager points out of her, and then he had some paperwork and was like kind of taking the reins, and then kind of, he used to pull a lot of like, I'll pull Beyonce and the girl and Kelly if you don't XYZ, and it was just a lot of, you know, that type of shit. Bro, I am must bust in this bitch. You don't even, I might look cute, but if you could smell me, clearly this is after workout clothes, but fuck y'all. So, moving forward, we had Destiny's Child. Destiny's Child, you went through chapters, if you will. Everybody knows the chapters, so we had the first chapter of Destiny's Child, which was 4. We had LaTavia, LaToya, Beyonce, and Kelly, okay? Bam, the group was good, everything was going well. They got picked up and dropped by a couple of different, they landed on a group, a company that actually decided to give them some back end, push them. First single we got, No No No. Actually put them on though. No 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 was cute, but they did a remix of No 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 with Wyclef Jean. Wyclef was getting his buzz going at that moment as well. After No No No, they had a lot of major success with tracks like Bills, 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 Jumpin' Jumpin'. Destiny's Child was the shit. You know it, I know it, everybody knew it. So then from that Destiny's Child, there started to be a lot of chaos and back and forth with LaToya and LaTavia. It was very much like, these are young girls who, to be honest, didn't really know each other. Yeah, like y'all knew each other because y'all grew up together, but y'all didn't know each other. And so you have personalities that don't always clash, or you start to see people's values and principles lie in different things. And then at the end of the day, these were just 4 young fucking girls. So, they started to feel, LaToya and LaTavia, like they weren't getting enough music time, they weren't getting enough stage time, they were having to sing over Beyonce's background vocal, they weren't getting enough money.
Like at
that was a big part of it.
first moment, it was something that had been going
Range
on.
Rovers and
It
all
was
this,
things that we were noticing.
It was conflicts that were going on.
Yeah,
The departure was like this.
We always try to work out our differences and communicate each other. We always try to communicate, but
when it's time to work, y'all never around. When it was time to be in the studio, y'all never pushed.
It's just a real weird feeling to actually be with somebody since you were 9 and 10
and re-record it, because you would have that. So you did see both sides. I don't know how much of what each side was true, but they did end up coming out and saying what they had most of an issue with Matthew and the management. And at the end of the day, I totally see Matthew pushing his daughter and making her the spotlight and being like, bitch, this is my group and my daughter is the front person and you just know your fucking role or jump ship. If you even seen Matthew talk, you like,
our new video too.
That's Say My Name.
27th of December.
Before we
video,
finish
Say My Name,
chapter 1,
ended up being shot
they cut
weeks
LaToya,
later.
cut
LaToya and LaTavia
in the Say My
nowhere
Name
in
video.
sight.
So now we're down to 2.
Then be
Those 2
separated
became
so
4
suddenly.
again, and now we're at chapter 2. So LaToya and LaTavia find out that they are replaced
And their
from
place
the
is
group
taken
by
by 2
seeing
brand
Say My
new
Name
Destiny's
video,
members,
MTV.
Farrah Franklin and
What
Michelle
the fuck? They were
Williams.
like, we cut the TV on, we heard that the video was dropping, we didn't know what was going on because they
What was
quit.
that like though when you
Right?
heard that they'd shot a video for a song you sang on without you?
I was like, nah, you playing, shut up.
I was like, hold on.
At the time, we didn't really know who Farrah and Michelle were. We just saw 2 other girls. I didn't know if they were stand-ins or what. It was a bunch of speculation. It ended up coming out that the new girls were replacements for LaToya and LaTavia, and that shit lasted all of maybe 6 months. Farrah, I feel like they said Farrah was lazy. I feel like Farrah thought she was the cute one, and I high-keyed my own personal. I think that the media saw that Farrah was aesthetically prettier than Beyonce. Here come the bees, here come the bees. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, bitch, oh my god. Get them off. Fuck y'all, listen. Yes, Beyonce was light-skinned, and you know you heard the stories about Beyonce had to be the only light-skinned girl in the group and yada yada yada. I personally felt like, yeah, Farrah probably was a lazy ass. She seemed like she didn't really do shit. I personally think that's what it was, and I think behind the scenes they were starting to see that this bitch get a lot of camera time. And she was younger. She's shorter than Beyonce. She's a little thicker. She had that young, fresh country girl vibe. And Farrah even made a comment saying that they wanted her to tan and change her hair color. She had to go red, I think. And then we have Michelle. Michelle was also a person who nobody really knew about. Michelle is actually from Illinois. I want to say like Rockford. Michelle came to the group because she was from a gospel background, and then she had been in another group as well, if I'm not mistaken. And she offered a sound that they were really smart in how they utilized it. It was well put together. If you don't know it, Kelly is the crust of Destiny's Child. Beyonce can sing, Kelly got range. Okay? Y'all be sleep on Kelly Lowe. She can sing her ass off. So, there we have chapter 2. Beyonce, Kelly, Michelle, Farrah. Except Farrah ends up getting cut. Bam! And now we're at chapter 3. So, third chapter of Destiny's Child. We have Kelly, we have Beyonce, we have Michelle, and we are at the trifecta. This becomes the Destiny's Child that goes down in history as being the top selling, yada yada yada, blah blah blah, all of that greatness. That is the new Destiny's Child. They have gone on to sell a multitude of records. I want to say Beyonce with Destiny's Child and the Destiny's Child years all the way up until the final album, which is Destiny Fulfilled, sold a total of 60 million records worldwide, if I'm not mistaken. But Beyonce herself ended up going solo after the last Destiny's Child album, which was Destiny Fulfilled, and that album was like one of the all-time greatest Destiny's Child albums. What we're going to do now is we're going to get into the point of the video. So, I have a concept that I'm going to push to Beyonce, Giselle, Knowles, Carter, and Mr. Sean Carter. I think you guys should do a tour, and that tour should be called B-Sides. B-Sides is when you had the old school albums, or the tapes. The A-side was with your single, the B-side was usually with a couple of other tracks, or some lesser known tracks, or like a couple of remixes. And what I think Beyonce should do, this is probably going to be something that she'll probably do like towards the end of the career when she's starting to kind of like simmer down some, but it'll be a collection of all of her B-side music. You get it? Because she's B and Queen B and B-sides and the B-side music. Give me my credit, bro! But she should do this album and call it B-Sides. And what it'll be is a tour and an album of her lesser known songs. Because what Beyonce fans who are stands understand is that she has a lot of great music that is not a single. Sometimes people think I'm a hater on Beyonce because I get tired of hearing fucking Single Ladies or Irreplaceable or fucking Formation or Who Run the World. Girls, we fucking get it, bitch. We get it. We have so many more great songs that become B-sides. And so I think she should do an album and a tour and call it B-Sides. So the first album that we had from from Beyonce was Dangerously in Love album. Came out like around 2003. One of the biggest songs, we'll give you a couple of big songs from that album. You had Crazy in Love, you had Baby Boy, right? Now from that album though, my favorite songs would have been That's How You Like It, Hip Hop Star with Andre 3000, Signs by Missy, and Give From a Virgo. Come on. Next album we had was the B-Day album. So some of the bigger songs from that album were like Irreplaceable, Ring the Alarm. Some of my faves off the album though were like Green Light. Cause if you want to, you got the green light. Kitty Cat. Let's go, little kitty cat. You don't want no more, let's go. That was the shit. Check on It, which was actually the single, but Check on It was like, it was the shit. That song should have been way bigger. And then Sugar Mama. Let me be, I want to be. So the next album that she had was the I Am album. Don't play with the dual disc. When you gotta come that motherfucker with a dual disc, baby, let me give you side A and side B. Let me give you a set of titties in this bitch. So some of the bigger songs from that album, obviously you had Single Ladies, and you had If I Were a Boy. My personal faves, man, from the I Am is probably one of my favorite tours of hers. Musically, visually, all that. But Disappear, what? Satellites? Broken Hearted Girl? Smash Into You? Save the Hero? Hands down, Radio? Hello? Hello? You fucking serious? Hello? What? She was hello. Don't fucking play with her, bro. So the next album that we had was 4. So here we go back to the number 4. I told you about her birthday and how the number 4, she's incorporated that into her lifestyle. Some of the biggest songs off of 4 will be Run the World, Best Thing I Never Had, What Goes Around, Come Back Around, My Baby. I got so fucking tired of hearing that fucking song. From the 4 album, you had bangers like I Care, Miss You, oh my god. One of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard. Rather Die Young, Start Over, and then the best song of all, School of Life. Like, come on, School of Life can have its own fucking content. So the next album that we got was the eponymous Beyonce, and some of the bigger songs from that album were like Pretty Hurts, Drunk in Love, which became like, everybody was singing it and playing it, and everybody wanted to walk around getting a wet look poodle haircut and shit. And then some of my favorites off that album though, obviously like Partition, Jealous, so fucking dope. Superpower, EXO, which was a single, but it was a really underrated song, really great song. And then my personal favorite is Blue. Such a pretty fucking song, man, so pretty. And then the next album that Beyonce gave us was Lemonade. And the whole point of that album was she was talking about how just she went through trials and tribulations with the relationship and Jay-Z and all that. Some of the biggest songs from that album were like Formation, Sorry. My personal favorites though were like Pray You Catch Me. Awesome. Hold Up, they don't love you like I love you. Slow down, they don't love you like I love you. That was a jam. Daddy Lessons, which she actually performed on the CMAs with the Dixie Chicks, and they fucking ate it. Love Drought, oh my god. Love Drought will make you take your drawers and panties off and do stuff. I don't know who wearing the drawers and who wearing the panties. I'm gonna offend anybody, but listen, that song is a banger. And then obviously All Night, which was also its own single. Beyonce's had some amazing tours. She had, the very first tour was the Verizon tour, Ladies First with Missy and Alicia Keys. She had the Dangerously in Love tour, the Beyonce Experience. She had the I Am tour, Mr. and Mrs. Carter, On the Run, Formation, On the Run 2. She's done her own personal tours where she did the 4 An Intimate Night with Beyonce. I think that was in the UK. She did the Rebel. She did Live in Wembley. She had Beachella, which was actually Coachella, and she done the Super Bowl. Plus all of the other numerous fucking performances and live shows she's done. So she's really be out there working. And in terms of a legacy, if there is no better person to have a legacy left and it be a kind of like a blueprint or a roadmap to just how far you can go, you can not be looked at as the person on top all the time and become that person on top. You can go through bouts with mental health and depression and feeling like you're not good enough. You can have a family and raise a kid and have a life and do things that are important to your career and your livelihood without sacrificing you. So, thank you, B. My fucking heater's coming on. Don't sleep on B-sides, bitch. Don't fucking sleep on the B-sides. If you put that shit together, put me on for choreography. I'm not shit for this shit.